This is Bella, our golden doodle, who thinks she's a human, but she's not.
Shh, she might be listening.
And this is her unobservant family, who never notices when she's out of food and water. We now have, created by these guys, a magical device that will help us out with that.
Bella is very smart on feeding herself with her bubblegum dog food machine. But when it runs out, she'll go hide and whine in a random part of the house until we figure out why.
The boys and I sought out to solve this problem as part of Mark Rober's new creative engineering course.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's Mark Rober.
We need a shop like this. This is awesome.
The goal is to solve the problem. We're gonna make a dog translator.
I'm out of water.
But Mark said we had to use a mechanical build, and that put a few constraints in our path. But we added candy. The first step was to see how much her food and water weighed full and empty, then determine the center of mass.
And that was important because we were using a class 2 lever and needed to calculate the mechanical advantage to determine the force required to trigger the indicator.
We first thought we wanted some loud noise, but then we realized she eats a lot at night. After some experimentations, we landed 2 designs because the water has a big difference between when it's full and empty, and the food has a small difference between when it's full and empty.
Fun fact, Bella's weight changes after haircut by 5%.
No, it doesn't. You just made that up.
Yes, it does.
For the water, we used springs, which will raise the platform as it gets wider. For the food, we used a pulley with a counterweight that will offset the weight at the trigger point.
After adding a trigger, all we needed now was an indicator to tell us when the food or water was low or empty.
After the prototype, we decided to spiff things up a bit.
If she pees on that fire hydrant, you're all in trouble.
And back to the candy.
The last addition is this little red fire hydrant. When the blue flag goes up, like that, the first person to see it will come over and refill Bella's food or water, and then there will be a little candy waiting for them inside the fire hydrant, and they'll get to eat it.
Once it was all put together, the boys and I had our first build of the course under our belts, and Bella no longer has to play charades with us to let us know that she's out of food and water. In addition to spurring on my kids' interest in STEM, Mark's also teaching the power of storytelling, which we used in this video. He does a much better job in his videos, and it's a universal way to grab people's attention and get them to listen.